Hello, how are you guys doing? Just gonna check on the other side here yeah, we got it going. How about you, Maya? I am fine, Jeff. I don't know if you're still hanging about, but I'll be reading on your questions. All right. And I have two questions. Hello, Isadora. Hey, Latrice, how are you? So good to see y'all here. Just making sure I've got everything married up on both ends. 13, thank you for joining me. I hope that your Sunday is wonderful. It is, I have to say, beautiful in Northern California. It's about 56 degrees, which isn't too bad compared to a lot of places, right? That are icy and all of that. So the sun is out. My body feels better. My arthritis isn't going. Because that's what anybody over 35, I think, kind of knows that. But the older you get, the more you feel it. But anyway, so I'm so happy to be with here, you guys. I know, it might sound corny, but it's something I really do look forward to, um, you know, every weekend. So we have Latrice, we have Miss T. Good morning from down under. Oh my, hello, Australia, or New Zealand, maybe. And Betsy O'Neill. Hey, hey. Betsy, are you in Connecticut? Did I remember correctly, or did I screw that up? Thought I remembered somebody being from Connecticut. I thought it was you. Wondering what the first lady and the second lady are thinking about all of this garbage. Okay, so you mean the present, uh, that would be Melania and um oh and and Elonia. Rodney got a good job. Excellent, Latrice. Oh, I remembered actually correctly. Well, that's a start. Hey, compared, my thing now is uh, like names, Let me just, my hair is sticking out here, buddy. I can remember faces. At least I can still remember faces, but it's the names. All right. Okay. And it looks like the sound sounds, I think, okay. It doesn't have that wishy-washy sound. I can't help it. I'm trying some different settings to keep that from happening. I'm not sure why it does that in some videos. Anyhow, so I'm going to be looking at people's questions. And there was something I was going to also, there was a question I was thinking of opening with and looking at, but now I've forgotten it. Let me just get a sip of coffee here. Okay. And let's see. We'll just get these cards ready. I've got Ask Your Guides. Oh, I did get some new decks. And Ask Your Guides. This one's really nice. Colors are beautiful. And this one, I've seen his decks a lot, and I think it's Eads or Eds. James R, maybe EADS. But he does a lot with color, and this is all green. This is just a tarot. He does change like cups to lotus and swords to birds, like, and it's a mat. So I'll be using those today too, just to mix it up with the different decks. Oops. All right. Oh, and I'm gonna get my water. Oh, and Latrice wants to know about Brother Tony. All right. As we get older, I think the whole name things kind of goes by the wayside. And got you, Betsy, with your question about a surgery for your lab. Okay. Oh yeah, and that's right. And his looked really good. Okay, and we'll take a look at that for him. I think he'll be fine because he got really good cards. But, there might be some little bits and pieces we might need to take a look at. Oh, and postcard girl. Hello. Oh, you've got a job is stressful looking for a new one for a year. Will I find something by March? Okay, we'll mark that one down. So far, we've got 6 questions going. That's good. And I'm just going to get hydrated. Oh, I've got to take my antibiotic. That's what makes me so darn thirsty because it's Cipro. I have to take hardcore antibiotics for complicated UTI. And it makes me kind of sleepy sometimes. All right. That's right. Good luck with your doggy, Isadora says. So we're all sending big love, big light to Betsy's beautiful lab, faithful buddy. Labs are I love dogs anyway, any kind of dog I just love. But labs are one of them. Labs, and of course I can't just say just one. I'd have to reel them off. I love huskies. Oh my God, I love huskies. Are so flippin' smart and funny and sassafras. Anyway, there's a Save the Fox. I think they're out of Florida that I need to double check, make sure I'm still subbed up to them. But that is another channel I recommend just for enjoyment and learning and not to hear about human crap. Oh, hi, Festin. Okay, and I've got your question, your love question. Okay, and I'm going to take Betsy's second question right now because we have room. Oh, leave it to me. I've got a hiatal hernia, so when I drink like that, I got to watch I don't swallow the air. I'll be paying for it later. Don't worry. All right, let's see which one. I've got it. Princess and the Pea. I have to find hmm, maybe I'll just use the blanket just to give me the right support for my back. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And Sarah from hello, and Dorian. Okay. I think we'll stop there. So Isadora, can you type in not taking any more questions and we'll go ahead. Oh, one more there. And we'll hold the questions for now and see how we're going. Sometimes we go by more quickly, but just in case we don't, this will take us a while to get through. So we'll go ahead without further ado and get started. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. And if you wouldn't mind, would you mind giving me a thumbs up just to help the algorithm? And we'll get started on people's questions. And real quick, Betsy O'Neill says dogs are great. We have 5 cats and 40 chickens. I can sell eggs for 20 a dozen. You can now. You really can. I wish you were my neighbor. I'd come up and buy them from you. They taste better anyway. Tastes like real yolk, not that pale yolk that from the store. And then, of course, the eggshells, they're great for your garden. Put calcium in your soil. Anyhow, I'm glad to hear all the creatures, great and small, are doing well. I grew up in a rural area in Missouri before I came out to California when I was really, really young. Of course, now I've been out here longer than I ever was in Missouri, but there was good things I learned from there too. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Once again, just let me get another sip because I can feel the dryness. Oh yeah, that's right. And I've got my blackberry ginger ale. That is good if you can find it. It's a treat. My Sunday treat. All right. Because most of what I got to go through is water. And I don't mind. I like water. I can't not drink it. I know that there are some people that don't, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know how they do that. Because if I don't get it, I start actually getting grumpy. I really, really do. Yes, they're yummy. Um, let's see. And Betsy worked a dairy. People would say if you ever had real fresh eggs, you'd never want store-bought. It's true. It's true. I look for the farmers since I'm not right in the city. I'm on the outskirts to closer to agriculture. Um, we get, pop-up stands of fresh, farmers veg and stuff like that and pies. And I if I see eggs, if everyone sees eggs, it doesn't matter. We're all like they go so quickly. You could make big money here too on your eggs. Yes, need water to filter out. Absolutely. And just so my eyes don't feel dry, so I feel like I'm not, it's like even if I have like the ginger ale, it's nice and all that, but it doesn't quench the thirst. Water is the only thing that quenches my thirst. And I seriously will get very grumpy if I don't get the thirst quenched, it's like suffering. And it's true, you really feel much really badly if you're dehydrated. And a lot of us are chronically dehydrated because we're always on the go. And it's made me realize that being on bed rest, it's like it's truly made me slow down. And I know that it's being done for my own spiritual growth as well. Water recharges too, Dorian. I agree. And Betsy says, I'm sure there will be a lot of pop-up stands this summer. I think so too. That's one of the things summer is my favorite season. It really is. I just love it. I love all the fruit and the fresh vegetables, and my body feels good because it's warm here and there's more light and better mood. And it doesn't get dark here till 9, 10 at night out on the West Coast in the summertime. Wintertime, I'm just feeling like I'm sleepy chronically. It's crazy. All right, we'll start up with Jeff. And if people step us, if you happen to leave a question and you aren't here, this is always recorded, so you can come back and catch your question. I'm going to tilt my camera angle there down, and you can catch it on the replay. All right, so let's tune in to Jeff and wanting to find his purpose and feels like life is passing him by. So maybe the cards can help him to see a way to go forward. Time and tide wait for no man. Yeah, we saw that for you last time I read for you that itch, this is that quest, that inner reflective time. And part of what I was suggesting, I remember, was to get outside of your comfort zone, do some things that are a little bit different, but still appeal like fun, but maybe you just wouldn't normally think to do it, in your locale and maybe just a little bit outside your locale. Just, something maybe you wouldn't normally, let's say, go to an art exhibit at a museum. Do something like that. Start just, I think, just kind of flexing the muscles of that you haven't used. And I think some of this can help you to have inspiration uh, in thinking about what you want to do and feeling your purpose. Your purpose really, quite truly, all of our purpose is to be here and to be the most loving, kind people that we can be, and to remember our true form is spirit, and that this is secondary. This is not home. This is a test. This is a mission. So it's like self realization and remembering that's the truth. But what you want to do here, you know, I think most people want to do something that gives them a sense of purpose, and serving others is usually something good. If you haven't gone and like helped at a uh, food bank, um, or Meals on Wheels, if you can drive and you're a driver, you could check on elders in the area, or volunteer work, things like that. I'm serious. That can help that sense of like, I'm not doing something purposeful. We don't have to do something that's like, oh, now you're the CEO of this, da da da. Usually what we need to be doing is helping those that are in our community, and it doesn't have to be something that the whole world knows about. It's something that you go and you do, and you help your community. And how that fits with you can be up to you. Like, if like food bank, helping children, get necessary funds for new school clothes, things like that. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Check into some of the charities and nonprofits. Really, there's a real sense of purpose that comes from that you won't get by making a ton of money. It's money, it's gold in heaven, shall we say. Um, for real. Or helping out maybe even at a vet, for animals, or walking animals, or caring for them when their caretakers are away. There's a lot of people that have animals and they don't really spend much time with them. So you know, there's just some ideas to get going. Now I'm thinking of you, and I'm shuffling my cards. But let's see, what would be good for Jeff? What would asking my guides, Holy Spirit, Jeff's spirit guides, what would be a good direction for Jeff so he could feel like he was serving a a really meaningful purpose? Sometimes visiting old folks in the old folks' homes because nobody goes, and you just volunteer once a weekend, and you just pop in and bring some music or things like that. I did that for a while when my kids were at school and before I started having health issues. They appreciate it so much. You just going in and even praying with them, reading to them, seriously. Um, I'll never regret doing that. Also, helping people learn how to read. There's lots of programs to help adults and children and people of all ages to read. Check into these things, and you might be able to earn a few bob as well, as they say. So, what would be a good direction, Spirit, for Jeff overseas? He's across the pond. I think he's in Belfast, or he was. He's over in either, I think, Northern Ireland or England. What is the advice? Yeah, I'm starting to get that psychic warmth coming up. You know what I mean, guys? And I can't find I set down my controls to my overhead. And this is the third time I've done it. I've been misplacing things. So I'm going to have to find that. Otherwise, I'll be pulling off this jumper, but no worries. I've got a t-shirt on underneath. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Tissue time. Tissue time. Know why my nose always has to run. And hi, Gina and Kendra. I'll check your comments after I do Jeff's reading. That way I can kind of do it. Oh, there you are, Jeff. You're in Belfast. Yeah. like I said, years ago, I enjoyed myself in Belfast. Lovely people, and very fun, very funny and down to earth. They're just, I just, love them. Just love them. And I miss them. Okay, well, we're getting something social for you, Jeff. And where maybe you're a part of a group that brings maybe visits or socializes with others, gives a, there's something here about a gift of the gab, being able to chat. Do you like history? I just got a hit on you in history, and I could be, talking out. I just feel like there's like you have an interest and maybe a more flexible ability to chat with other people. I know that sounds silly, but I just feel like there's a gift of the gab. There's like people, this is very, very social and amicable. And I see friendships and socializing. And I'm asking what direction, you would need in order to, feel like you're serving, being doing something meaningful. And we're getting the direction of social interaction with people, visiting people, um, one on one, and maybe in a small group. Yeah, I do, Maya. Good, good. I'm glad that makes sense. Because, like, if you didn't, I don't know what this lady's talking about. I'm being going, "Oh." So there's something along these lines. And, like I said, I think, gosh, visiting people that are in the old folks' homes, some of them have quite I learned so much when I had to stay over after a surgery in an old folks' home for rehabilitation care after a surgery for about 2 months. And oh my God, what a nightmare. I never want to end up in a place like that. But my God, um, it's just I would love to if I were so powerful, I would love to remake old folks' homes because they need such TLC and they're special. And uh, they need people to visit them. And it doesn't even take, yeah, you're known for good banter. That makes sense. Then we're nailing it here. That would be really mean the world to these people. And you know what? They get tired really easily as well. They don't want you there all day. They don't. You probably like. They'll probably be like, "Yeah, you need to go now." Seriously, you could do a tour guide, walking guides as well. Um, there's just so much someone like you that has that, and that would keep you busy and keep your mind um, occupied, where you're not bored. Uh, I think those are good directions. Now, here's the aspect of burden, okay? And it's paired with putting illumination on what is burdensome. So, this is about not taking on too much, knowing your limits, and also releasing baggage, releasing what is too much, what isn't yours as well. Don't take on other people's problems. You can offer people advice, but this is about guarding your own energy and keeping from, I feel like, feeling overburdened. It could also be that some of the people that could do with a ray of sunshine of a visit and some chat, it would be relief to them. You'd be like bringing them sunshine. And I think I almost feel that it's more of that. Um, from what I saw and experienced myself, learning about there was a sweet little black lady that I shared a room with, and she was nearly 100 years old. And she was telling me all about her days in San Francisco in the 70s and parties. And oh, we had one heck of a great time. Uh, catching up, and I just loved her. And that was, you know, I was able to help her when I could get up in my chair, and the nurses weren't fast enough, and we developed quite a wonderful friendship. And she's since passed away, but I know that I can feel her watching me at times, and I know that she's making sure I'm all right. So it's things like that. And the most silent day, it's true, Christmas in nursing home, and Christmas Eve, probably, Easter, birthdays, you know, you can host, organize, community organizer fits too. I think this, you know, can loosen and change your boredom, and it feels like a win-win. Yeah, look at here. So if you go down this route, you're going to go in a better direction. You're going to be going into a smoother, and you're going to be guided, I think. They're going to have more spiritual, I think, aid to guide you this way, going into things that are more interactive socially with others. And you're going to be helpful to people. And that's going to give you a big sense of purpose. You're like the guide here as well, helping these people have a less choppy experience in their life, helping to make their life a little smoother by just being there. I know it sounds corny, but it's really the truth. And here we have the card of um, nurturing plans along. This is something that you could look into and build upon. There is something, I think, even that could maybe be helpful to resume work, or maybe a small amount of money, but it just feels like this is a need that you would be meeting out there in the world that would mean a great deal. And that there is perhaps a means to kind of move up in some of these from doing some of these things. So I would definitely check that out and check around, because a lot of people don't think about these things. Yeah, you get the Knight of Pentacles, and you're getting the King of Swords. So I feel like this would be a really good opportunity, and there might be employment through that in some way. There's clarity that's going to come with regard to, I think, needs, and being able to do something that is really solid, that makes you feel like the Knight of Pentacles, that you are doing something, and, clear with that King of Swords. So that's what I have for you. All right. You just got to take that love, that natural ability, and just try it out in some different scenarios. Okay. All right. I hope that's helpful. All right. Second question. Is Trump president, or is it a false inauguration? Well, that's kind of a tricky question, because legally, he really shouldn't have been allowed to go on the ballots. And that was interrupted by the plants that he put in there in the Supreme Court. But because there was there was just complete capitulation, and there was no how to say, objection from the Democrats at this time. It would be considered by our government illegal, presidency. But I will throw the cards for you, and we'll just ask yes or no. For Elaine Rogers, is Trump legitimately president, or was it a false inauguration? Because we had Kamala there. If it was a false inauguration, no. And all those other folks, the Clintons, no. The government considers it legitimate, unfortunately. But yes or no? Was Trump's inauguration, is it considered legitimate? Is Trump's inauguration legitimate? Yes or no? Oh, yeah, I can grab that other deck that has that on there too. I'll just set that there. All right. How is the feed looking? Do we have good sound? And okay, the picture looks all right. Okay, just checking. All right, Trump's inauguration, legit or not? Let's see what we get. I think I've shuffled these good enough. I am getting the Three of Swords. He cheated. This is being a traitor. And so I agree with that. And it's paired with him being leader. So he's cheated, but he is holding office. And he's cheated to get that legal declaration. So I guess it depends on who you are. To me, it's something that my government recognizes, but I do not, because he cheated. I just don't, you cheat, then you're not the real winner. But the government recognizes it. But it's interesting, the cards are saying he's recognized, but he's a cheater. Right here, the betrayer with the Three of Swords. And I'll pull a couple extra cards. Oh, I pulled two without realizing it. Look at this. We get the Four of, to me, this is them not doing anything to object and not liking it, but it's in suspension. There is suspension. Maybe it will be suspended at some point in the future, but this looks like there was a sacrifice and he cheated. And people are not happy with how this has been done. And that for sure is the truth. So I could guess we could say on a personal level to us, he's not legit, but the jackholes in government recognize him. There he is, showing up in the reading with the moon. He's a dark horse. He is the dark night of the soul, the dark night of the American soul. He truly is. He is not the bright, happy, positive leader. He gets the moon, and he's a cheat, and he's involved in cover-ups and all kinds of uncertainty that he creates. He is not a constructive president. He is a destructive president. And we have a painful ending with him. This will come to a painful ending, but it will end by cracky, because there is a new dawn that will come. So we have to get through all this darkness, and so we can get to that light. Like Winston Churchill said, when you're going through hell, you have to keep going. Because they're not going to do diddly doo-dah day until he's done. To me, this is not taking a course of action to stop him. They're just going to let him, I think, make a complete balls up of everything. So I just want to smack them around too. That's why I've been doing a heck of a lot more meditating at night and watching different programs and things like that. There's so much there's so much emotion overflowing here. And we have people that feel emboldened, we have people that feel depressed, we have people that feel a whole lot of feels. Now, the question, especially about justice, because justice didn't give him any sentence of any consequence. So, and it's been toyed with, he's planted people on the Supreme Court that are giving him things that they shouldn't be. And it's always surprising when they don't give him something. But there's going to be a new start, and there'll be new courses of action that we do have coming legally. And we do have all that already started. People objecting to his executive orders, and many of them are illegal and can't happen because you don't just declare with an executive order that something is no more. There's a whole other process, but we'll see. I think some people are not going to follow through with these things, like following his executive orders in certain states and stuff like that. So by the government standard, they're accepting it, but by the human, I think, standard that knows better, and by spirits, certainly their standard, he has stolen this and he is sitting in there because he cheated. And he even admitted it. So this isn't even alleged. So here we go. All right. Okay, Betsy O'Neill, wondering what, Elone and Melania are thinking about all of this garbage. Okay. Well, let's take a look. I guess we could look at, how is Melania feeling? She looked really angry when they were in church. She looked like the angry hamburglar in that outfit. I cannot believe how off she is with her choices, fashion-wise. It's just weird, but okay. So we'll take a look at Melania, and then we'll take a look at Elone. I still crack up every time I see that clip of him standing out there with his eyes, and he's going, it's just crazy. He looks nuts. No playing that down, and he can't sell his vehicles worth a darn. People are trying to get rid of him, and they can't. Nobody wants to buy them. It's not good for him. But I'm looking at Melania this time. Miss Melania, Miss Taurus. How is she feeling about being in the White House again? How does this look for her? How is she feeling about that? Let's just look like we were looking at her this way. How is she feeling about it? Okay, let's take a look. Melania. Well, there's a smug sort of sense of satisfaction card here, and feeling rich. I had to say it like that. Rich. But she knows that she's a little cheat as well. She's a thief. And there's feeling like she's getting away with something, and like, they can't stop us. We're going to do what we want to do. Try and stop me in broad daylight. I dare you. There's that's pretty smug, and she's feeling very emboldened. I think she's going to try to cash in all that she can and find all those little loopholes. She's feeling very satisfied. But she does have the Tower coming, so that's going to be something that she's not expecting, and it hits her right in the crown of the head. Pride. This is really, I think, that hubris that we have going on here. Like, I'm going to get away with it because I'm so rich. Um, you know, maybe not. That's her. Oh, wow. So something's coming to shake up her world. Something is going to come and shake up this snobbery. It's the best way I can put it. She really thinks that she's quite Miss Thing. She thinks she's Miss Thing, but she's going to get knocked off of her high horse here, and she's not going to see it coming. And maybe none of us are, but there's something that's coming, and it's coming pretty quickly here because it's like the second set of cards I've pulled for her. We've got her going from smug to shocked and shook. And we get the manipulative potential card of the magician. This is also someone taking action and making things happen. An end. Some kind of an end. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. Maybe this is saying her time is not going to be very long in the White House. Maybe they're not going to be in there for very long. We have been getting that message, as you guys know, not just on my channel, but on other channels as well. So that is interesting. Something's definitely going to change. This is a card of an ending and a transformation. And it's not what she's expecting. I don't think she's going to like this ending. I don't think that she's going to be anticipating this. All right, we'll just keep that in mind. What else? There's instability, and there's having to juggle things. Maybe money. Maybe the money that they're making, with the Bitcoin stuff, and they're trying to what is she selling? I don't know. They had Bibles, and they're always flogging something. Oh, this is secretive stuff. She's trying to hide something. They're trying to hide money, or maybe donations, or something of value. And I think they're going to get in trouble for this. I think that's going to be like, what was that? No, no. That's, something that she was hoping on, was taking great deal of satisfaction in. And also because we had that Nine of Cups is like the wish fulfillment card. Right now she's thinking some wishes are being fulfilled, but that's going to, it looks like, come to an abrupt halt. And the secrets that she's going to try and keep hidden might be challenging to do so. Look at the water here behind her. And she's not going to like it. She's going to have an emotional reaction to that. Probably going to get that angry face. Again, we're dealing with finances, income, and now we're looking at having to wait on decisions about finances. So she could get in trouble with investments or finances of some kind, or maybe even donation, or there's just something that looks like they're trying to keep it secretive. Maybe it's the is it her status with the, as a citizen, and the visa, is it this? Because we do have the aspect of a bit of overseas here. Maybe there's something hidden that she's trying to keep hidden here. And there's going to be some kind of offer I have, and as a way to, I think for her, win the challenge. There's someone that's going to help her, I think, or offer her advice, come forward with something that is going to be successful. And I think it's probably success for her, something that she was worried about. We do have the Lovers and partnership, harmony, and a change, maybe moving forward. Maybe there's a ending of a relationship, but that was money. There could be a change in a relationship, partnership. What? Maybe her and Donald? What? There's an ending too. There's a completion. Something, waiting for something to be complete. Oh, but being held to account with judgment, the world and judgment. I think that she's got some trouble ahead, that where she's tried to hide things with the moon and connecting to possibly overseas investment money deals where that's concerned. And God help her if she makes more money than Trump, because he won't like that. She's got some scandal potentially coming, but I think that it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for her to try and keep in front of it. And it looks like it's around finance, but I think they're going to take up for her, make excuses. But it's going to be noted. It's going to be brought out. And I think it's something that could get further examined down the road, because that was an abrupt halt. Okay, now let's take a look at Elon, okay? Let's take a look at Elon. Let's switch it out. Okay. Just going to clear this deck. And she showed up in her own reading. So the only thing we can do with that is, with the tarot, the information is the most likely thing that's going to manifest. We just have to kind of set that on the mental shelf and watch and see what happens. So it looks like she's going to run into some kind of issues. Okay, how do things look like for Elon? And what's he thinking about all the goings on right now? How does he feel about MAGA? And what's going on for him that we need to know about? What is going on for Mr. Elon? How is he feeling about things? Especially all his little crazy stunts and salutes, and I don't know why he didn't just start goose stepping across the stage, but have made it more complete. He's not fooling anyone. All right. So how do things look for Elon and, let's say, MAGA? Elon, his business, and MAGA. How do things look, guides? Asking our spiritual mentors to assist, because we're a group here, group energy. And thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. You're making my Sunday even more sunny. I'm not just being corny, I mean it. I'm in a good mood today, which is nice, because the other day I was not in a good mood. We all have our days. I had my depressive day a few days ago, but today had a little chat with the guides, did some readings and talked to them, and they always make me feel better. That's why I highly recommend and want people to read for themselves, so they're not dependent on me or anyone else and paying out money they should be putting in their piggy bank. But sometimes, in order to get objectivity, we do have to ask someone else. All right, so let's just see. What does Elon feel about MAGA and how's his business going? How's it going to go? What do we need to know? Definitely don't invest in his stock if you have money to do that. I don't, and most of the people I read for don't, but some might. So, but please don't do that. Please don't do that. Be very conservative with your finances. Right now, he's still got the Biden money from Biden's years. But once he goes through that or things start jumping, we got to be careful. Okay, so let's look at Elon and MAGA. I'm picturing him right now. He's kind of an unusual looking guy. I don't mean that to be mean. I just like observant. To me, he is. People probably look at me and think I'm a strange looking, and that's okay. Doesn't hurt my feelings any. I'm old enough now that um, I've got a thick old leathery skin. I'm an old battle axe. And I'm glad I am because I'm a very sensitive person at the same time. And it's taken me a while to get that thick skin. Okay, let's see, Elon. Now I feel like we've really gotten into that vibe. Well, we get the Queen of Pentacles. Is that still Melania's energy? I don't know. I think it's more the business, the money, maybe in MAGA. Okay. He's looking at them as a collective source of money. He sees them as a collective source of money, particularly the women. Maybe he's going to target them with his next invention. I don't know. But how he sees MAGA, this is what we get. He sees them mostly as a collection, I think, with a lot of feminine purse strings that he'd probably like to check into. It's all money. Three of Pentacles and a collaboration. He's looking at them with some restriction being maybe put on them. And he's pairing it with, finances again, surprise, surprise. Not giving them what they wanted is what it comes down to me. The eggs, yeah. Maybe we should ask him about those effing eggs. So he's looking at withholding something that maybe Trump offered. What would that be? There was a number of things I don't think he's going to give him. But he has something here in mind. I think he's looking at working on something targeting them and finances. It'll bring a great deal of satisfaction to him, and I think it's petty satisfaction. Yes, because I think he feels like he wants to put a wedge, I think, in between them and Trump. I think it's like a petty point that he wants to make where he restricts something or holds something back that they were wanting. Elon told on Trump about election interference. Maybe Leon and Mel are hooking up. It's all about the money. Yeah, she's clearly would be with anyone that's she thinks got the cash. They are suckers. I'll tell you that they've never met such a bunch of whiny suckers. My God. But it looks like he's looking at how he can play them, to be honest. And he thinks it's kind of amusing. And it's kind of a way to get back at them, to make them miserable, or to make them feel more divided, or perhaps not part of the club. There's a need for balance. there's an offer. But is he going to misrepresent some kind of offer, or is it the things that Trump offered them? There's something that needs to be balanced because it's in extreme, and it's connected to something that Trump was promising them. He is a strange dude. He gets so caught up in things that are just like, why? He's, I think it's because he's just kind of detached from reality. There's that mania kind of a card that with that 10 of cups, there's an ending also coming with this, and clarity where they're concerned. I think they're going to realize that he's full of a lot of hot air. And that he's changing their leader. I think some of them, and maybe women in particularly among the MAGA, may feel that way. Now, a lot of them just sing his praises, but it looks like that could take a different turn. There's darkness. There's maybe some uncertainty about him, maybe not trusting him fully. Yeah, because he's just going to be sneaking. He's going to be trying to take advantage of them. And he probably will be successful. Maybe they'll realize it, on the afterward when they don't get it. But I see him taking advantage of them or seeking to. He just sees them as people to use. Very sad. He's even more devious than DJT in a way. I agree. For sure. And Amy is saying a lot about to come out soon, and Harris can be president. NATO and other countries going to serve bigger charges on Trump treason. I hope so. Money laundering charges coming soon. Well, I hope so. But so far with our country, I'm very unimpressed with them not holding him to account. I heard Trump made a plea bargaining with Biden about election fraud to dismiss charges on 34 felonies dropped if Trump comes out and tells everyone he lost from election fraud. I don't know. And Jeff says, totally, Isadora. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. So it looks like Elon's going to Elon. He's still going to be looking to try and take advantage financially of their trust. But it looks like at some point, more of them are going to, and maybe women are going to say, he's taking advantage of us. And that might start to crumble that, support that he has. Because it looks like he's ready to take advantage of them. It's like they're ripe for the picking. He thinks, that they're suckers. Oh, well, too bad. He doesn't feel bad about it. He does not. Would anything surprise you, Dorian? Yeah, he's scary. He is. I want to take a look at him. I just took my hair down, so I got to kind of get it from the ponytail it was in. Let me just take a look at him, and some like his biographer is saying like he thinks that he's going around the bend, off the deep end. So let's just ask the spirit, is Elon going too far? Is he using perhaps too many substances and drunk on power? Is he going to spin out of control? Is he spinning out of control like his biographer? Excuse me. And people that know him or who were friends with him think? Is he really spinning out of control, Elon? Yes or no? With his use of things, numbing agents, shall we say? He was definitely higher than a kite at that inauguration. So, what's going on with him? Is he spiraling? Yes, with the devil. This is about addiction, especially bad habits that are pleasurable, so you don't want to give them up, but they're really not good for you. They bring you down. They hold back and pull you in a lower vibe, truly. Dirties up your energy. He's on a very fast, actually. This is saying it's moving quickly. Um, so his activities are spiraling. That would be, according to the cards, correct, that he's acting really out of addictive, negative behavior patterns. What else do we get? Well, there's all the money, right? With the Ten of Pentacles and probably the GOP and all the other oligarchs, his little yacht club. And the light is on money. And what is shown, is what is going to matter to him is about money. And that's just going to become so clear. And maybe the sources of his money, which is a lot of loans. He's actually really I was listening to some uh, economists, and they were talking about all the loans that he has and how he's limited by with these types of loans that he has and what he can do. And he's not so carefree and Mr. Moneybags exactly. Um, it looks good on paper and he can crow about it, but it's a house of cards that could easily give way. And that's what they said. Here we have power, control, with the emperor. This could be Trump. And, oh, I think this is being delusional and possibly using things that make you more loopy. So maybe he's sharing party favors. I don't know. But it definitely shows him going into a negative spiral. This really looks like substance to me. Wow. And we see hard work, or this is the tech specialist kind of branch we're being kind of highlighted with him. And he's trying to get I think he's trying to get new work, new contracts. So there's something new started there. Delusional, completely delusional, though. He thinks that he's on top of the world, but he's like a child. He's very childlike and immature, naive in some ways, very manipulative, using communication and other tools like social media, etc., to stir up people. He's up to no good. I think there will be some probably screenshot worthy tweets or posts from X that he'll be putting out. Maybe because he's had too much substance of some kind, and putting Trump in the spotlight. It could be that he's vying for Trump with the spotlight. That could be sticky. Let me just see. Ooh, now we're feeling a little on the left outside of a relationship, getting a cold shoulder. I think he better watch it. I think he might be sucking up a little too much oxygen for Trump's liking. And there might be some aspects where he's looking really looped that Trump may not like because the substance issue. So more corruption and substance and debauchery. That's about what I got. And I think he's just twirling and spinning right out of control, according to the cards. So that would be a yeah. All right, let's take a look about, okay, oops, we got that one. Latrice, can you tell me about Brother Tony? All right, I take it this would be your brother. All right, let's use, well, I think I will go ahead and use this deck. And if I feel like I need to switch it out, then I will. I've got my other ones here. Let's take a look at Brother Tony for Latrice. What can we tell her? What does she need to know about Brother Tony? What can we tell her about Brother Tony? What does she need to know about Brother Tony? Latrice Colvin, Brother Tony. See what we get. Okay. This is a need for balance or healing and time and patience. And we're getting a Queen of Pentacles about, to me, this is always like health or well-being. There could be also a significant woman in his life that might help to bring some balance or bring a balancing effect. Maybe she needs balance. I'm not sure. There's a new start with the Page of Wands or a message coming in. And it feels enthusiastic or lively. And it could be something connected to the past, a past memory, or someone that maybe the Queen of Pentacles is somebody from his past. Or maybe she's someone that's going to talk to you about him. I'm not sure how all that works in. But what I am seeing is something of the past and a message regarding it. And it is highlighting siblinghood as well. This is a card for siblings. And if you're a parent, can be your children, as well as the past and nostalgia. But it could be a chit-chat about memory lane as children. And because we're showing some nostalgia around childhood. We do have fighting going on here, or some conflict, maybe competition as well. And we have socializing. Could be fighting at an event, arguing at an event, or with family at a birthday. I don't know. But it looks like there's some kind of conflict in a social setting, or where social connections with other people are. Maybe fighting with friends or family. And it could be there's some drinking going on with that Three of Cups. That can kind of sometimes heat things up for people. I get the Ace of Wands and a Wheel of Fortune. But there's some changes that are going to come. Some new starts. Maybe even moving or traveling. But there's something new that's going to begin for him. I don't know if like a new job, potentially, or movement, or a trip. But there's a change. And a new beginning of energy that opens up with this change. Now, we do have the card of sneaking away. Sometimes this can be about being resourceful, hopefully not about theft. Um, and this could have to do with a relationship. I don't know. Is he having problems in relationships? There could be some issues there. A new relationship he might be trying to hide. Maybe he's receiving some grief about it. Because it looks like he's got a bumpy social situation going on. And maybe in connection to women and friends, family. I'm not sure. Fast card moving in on the heels of that change. I get another woman figure, but we get clarity here. Ooh, something that he might be trying to hide with a relationship or relationship wise or feeling wise might get exposed, might come out, and it could come through someone else that isn't going to put up with him trying to be sneaky about something. It's what I'm getting for him. Needs to pull back and withdraw and think about what he's doing and saying and heal and be less active. And that would bring healing to the family. I think he might be involved with people the family doesn't like, or there's disagreements going on, and what he could do to pull back would be what he could do is to pull back instead of getting involved and I don't know, just allow things to heal. That's what I see him doing. So it's like he sticks his neck out there, people continue to fight, and then he pulls back and withdraws and is more quiet. But it looks like there's a lot of kerfluffle kind of going on with Brother Tony and relationships. Yeah, there's some bullying that needs to stop. There needs to be a restriction on somebody being too pushy. Maybe him or someone he's seeing. Because I don't think that friends or family particularly are too thrilled with that. So that's what I get. All right. I'm going to go on to the next question. Betsy's question about her lab. Okay. Let's just see. How is that going to go on Tuesday? Well, I've got my candle lit on my family altar, so we're lifting up your lab, your doggy, all your critters, everyone. And Tuesday. So how is that going to go? How is the lab surgery on Tuesday going to go? How is Betsy's dog's surgery? Her lab doggy, her lab. They're such nice dogs. How is that going to go for the pup on Tuesday? What can we give Betsy to know about Tuesday and the pup? How are things going to go with that surgery? I get a sense of things going well. Well, there's the 3. This can be the issues, whatever he's been suffering with. And there's the uncertainty. Okay. There is the help that is coming through the surgery, I believe, with the 6 of Pentacles that is given. And there's the King of Pentacles. I think he's going to receive really good care. I think they are not clear about what they might find, what might be causing some kind of suffering. But I think there is this, here's the worry, okay? But I think you will move ahead. I think that this will end up going through successfully. And here he is recuperating nicely. The healing card back home in his little doggy bed. His spleen needs to come out. Okay. He's going to do all right. I like this. Page of Wands. There's some pep. There's a return of some energy. But he's going to be a bit groggy. He's going to probably need to sleep, of course, and come home, and he's going to recuperate. That looks really good. Like it's a good healing. And he's going to get really good help, I think, from quite possibly a male vet could be connected to it. I don't know if a male doctor will be doing the surgery, but I did get the King of Pentacles, so maybe it just could be saying, that this will be done well. And we all love critters, I'm frequently, and I know you guys probably are too, that when we're watching something and if there's a cat or a dog or somebody's pet bird or something, and if somebody's going to be mean, it's like they better not hurt that animal. Because I can't watch it. I'm not kidding. I will cry. I cannot do it. Not happening. You want to upset me? Mm-mm. Look, there he is going in a better direction. I love that for him. And being guided, looks like it's saying that it looks like he's going to get really good care. But the other vet, Dr. Mike, may help. I think Dr. Mike might be very what we call influential, at least in this. So this looks really, really great. And it's a burden, but look, you're going out of that place of burden. So that's really good. He's going to go in a better direction. He's going to feel better. And I just think, he's going to make it through here and live to fight another day. Yep. I see him doing well. There's the change, and he's going to do well. More energy. Going to have more energy once he heals up, and you get the card of hope and light. And he's got little angels. He's got little dog. I know it sounds corny, but he's got little doggy angels all around him. He's got his spiritual mentors that are watching him closely. Your husband will take care of him, and you as well. It looks like Latrice, he's caught up with lady, and social issues with the people he's with. So you and your husband plan to take care, and well, it looks like he couldn't be in better care. And it looks like you guys will all do a really good job. It's like they're saying, good job. He's going to come through better because of that. So give yourself a pat on the back because your guides are saying, looks good. Yeah, I just don't like I don't like violence. I don't like slasher, gasher movies. Nope, can't watch them. I do like a thriller, a psychological thriller, but I'm not blood and guts and all of that and sadism and cruelty, torture. I can't watch it. It makes me ill. Okay. He's very attached to your husband. You appreciate this. No problem. It looks really good for him. Okay, postcard girl. Ooh, and now is about the time I'm wishing I hadn't put that darned overhead. I'll be having to go through all my stuff to find it. It must have slipped. It always does that when I think I'm doing something neat, and you think, I'm going to put it here. It'll be safe. Nope. All right. So let's take a look. Stressful job and looking for a new one for a year. Will you find that by March? Okay. You know what? I'm going to use the other cards because they do give. I've got one of my kids coming in. You may or may not hear the door opening up. Put that here. Let's see. how it goes. Maybe because sometimes it puts the months down in this sector. Hey, Mickey, can you open up that skylight for me? I'm starting to sweat and I can't find where I set mine down. Thank you. Love you too, Mick. That's my youngest. She's 3 now. I can't believe it. All right. So let's go back here. Postcard Girl. Let's do a reading for Postcard Girl. Will she get a new job by March? We're asking our spiritual mentors to help me read accurately and clearly and to assist her in helping her find the job that she needs by March. Will that come forward? Will she find it by March? Will she have a job for a year or that she can be at for a year? Postcard Girl, a job by March. Let's see what we get. I'm getting the King of Pentacles. I get April 20 through May 20. Okay, on that card. I feel like this is the card is a yes. So we did ask for by March, and it does say April, but there is a yes and a double yes with judgment. So I think so with these two cards. These are 2 yeses as far as I'm concerned. And if we looked at judgment from finance and career, it's a rebirth, it's a transformation. So to me, I think that's a new job and it's financial gain, where if we were looking at finances. So that's there. Now, with the other card of the King of Pentacles for career, we get leadership, wealth accumulation. Again, I think that's a positive for employment and finance, long-term investments, abundance. It looks stable. It looks like you would have work. Yes. And, maybe before March. So I say yes with these cards. I think that they say yes. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go to Festin. And then we have 4 more questions. All right. Let me get a sip of my coffee. I think I'm just about finished it. I think I'm going to open this. Have my ginger ale as well. Okay. Well, let's see. Your next love. Let's see. So let's take a look on the horizon for you, Festin. Is there somebody new? Are you going to be meeting someone new on the horizon? How does love look for Festin? My eyes keep tearing up today. Must be things blooming. It's pretty temperate here, so I'm not taking the antihistamine. I don't want to be sleepy. It's not supposed to make you sleepy, but it still makes me a little goofy, and I don't need that. Not in addition to the antibiotics I'm taking. No, thank you. So you've been looking for a year for a new job. I see it's coming. I think it is coming. Those cards are really positive. So just keep going out there and doing what you can do, Postcard Girl. Ever try sarsaparilla? No, I haven't, but I will. Isn't it kind of, they used to use that, I know back like the 1800s for, like there's slight medicinal, maybe settling the stomach or something, or maybe it's for coughs. I thought I read that somewhere way, way back. All right. Festin, is love on the horizon? Guys, is love on Festin's horizon? I feel like there is someone that you've not met before. I don't know why I want to say that, but I'll just share what I'm getting. Now let's see what the cards have to say. Is there someone new on the horizon for Festin? Yes or no? Is there someone new, a new lady, lady love, a new lady love? I like that. I'm a romantic. On Festin's horizon. I think you need someone that treats you better for some reason, Festin. I don't know why I want to say that. Let's see what we get. Let me just. Okay. Walking away. This could be a sense of abandonment or feeling neglected. Okay. Maybe that's the X thing, right? Look, the Two of Cups. I think you do have someone. I think you do have someone new coming that's going to come into your sphere. And I think you've been neglected. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got distracted with the hot sauce comment with horseradish. I love horseradish. That's really good. That really clears your sinuses if you have a cold. It really does. I love it. If you get some shrimp, boil up some shrimp and dip it in that, it's even more delicious. It's the one thing you can taste when you have a cold. Sorry, I had to add my 2 cents, but my mouth watered when I read that. All right. Anyway, Dustin, you do have love. You know that feeling, like I said, I think deserve someone nicer or there's someone better. That's the feeling here. All right. And like there is like someone new coming on your horizon after someone's stepped away or abandoned or gone. This is moving forwards. This is also a yes. Let me look at okay, let me just pull the other one. But it's going to be about making a choice. You come to a crossroads. It's down to you, Festin. Do you go back to the old what's familiar, or do you branch out and take a chance to meet somebody different? It's really up to you, according to this card. You have to make that determination and be that chariot moving forward and leaving perhaps the X in the dust. Now, here is the negative self-talk that you need to perhaps stop with, okay? You can meet other people, and there are other people that are not unlike yourself that want to meet you. So there's one of you, there's certainly another person that would like to meet you. There's a lot of people in the world, okay? And any kind of negative self-talk here, stop it. Stop it right now. Because it's paired with, that might be what is sabotaging yourself. And you need to let go of it. And you need to let go of anybody that puts you down or makes you feel less than loved, less than accepted and treated with kindness. Oh, cabbage leaves, delicious. Anyway, leave the negative talk out. All right. That's the way to go forward and release anyone, especially the ex, if they would be not the kind of company that is more positive. You need a partner that it has a much more positive headspace. And you can help to bring that into your life by letting go of your own negative, destructive talk. That is what is sabotaging, I think, your own energy there. Yeah, you need to balance that. And that takes time and openness and to do some work on yourself and on your own self-esteem and believing in yourself. Balance. And maybe it's showing that you might not believe in yourself enough and a little bit, yeah, look, balance again. And so that is up to you to make that choice. What is a balanced partnership look like? So that will be up to you. The ball's in your corner. This is showing you pulling back and healing. That might be a very good idea before you strike out on there to really date. And an ending. So this is good, though. It's transformative. It's healing that is transformative. So it shows, you might get involved in things that help you to develop more self-esteem and positive self-thought regularly. Affirmations, really well and truly, and just realizing about yourself that you're not somebody that deserves less and that's not the truth. And that would be the death of the negative thinking and put you in a position where you're pulling back from engaging in the negativity and pulling more healing towards you. And this is you taking the risk to meet someone different, someone new, a new day. Take a leap of faith. You're going to find someone that makes you feel safe and stable. Nine of Cups, satisfied, enjoyment, and change, possibly moving. Again, the house thing, there's something, maybe somebody in a different location. So it's on the horizon, but it's really something that you need to work on. It looks like with one's, mindset. And if you want someone positive, you have to have a more positive mindset yourself. Because a positive mindset is not going to attract, not for long, a negative person, because they can't get their way with that. It's just not gonna want to stay around that. So work on that, and I think you have a wonderful opening. But it's just getting through the mental belief that you don't deserve that or you're not good enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. When you're not enough, it's because you think that you're not enough. Okay? All right. My mom passed from colon cancer in March 2023. I am so sorry, Betsy. And you had breast cancer in 2017. I'm very sorry about that. Will cancer funding be cut? Well, he did say he wants to cut that. We'll look with the cards here that I've got. Is Trump going to go through with being successful in cutting cancer research and funding? Yes or no? Is the cancer funds for cancer research and care, is that going to be cut? Is he going to get away with that while he's stinking out the White House? Trump cut cancer funding. Will Trump cut cancer funding at the end of the day? Let's see what we get. I get a no with this Three of Cups. And it is paired with the Ace of Swords, which says yes. This looks more to me like hopefully a no, and that people would be happy or relieved. Um, here is the illness, but the decline also in finance that we're worried about. And the Knight of Swords. This is fast action, fast news. He could, I am worried about it. There is, this is either going to be a quick no that it's not going to happen or a quick yes, he's going to do it. There's something coming up. I don't like the Five of Pentacles card and the Knight of Swords because to me that feels like a decline, less money. Here's more money with that 10. What's paired with is the Eight of Wands. Maybe people will give more money. There's some kind of, or maybe he's taking money away from it as well here with the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Let me see how many yeses I get. 1, 2, 3. I get 2 no's and 3 yeses. Maybe he's not exactly sure yet. Maybe that is something that he could be influenced on. I see swift action regarding it. And I tend to think I'm seeing energy put toward a great deal of money. But what I'm worried about is that it's being moved from that. There is watchfulness here and information. And that's a yes. And there is I think the law is going to have to get involved in this in some way. It might be up for some kind of judicial ruling, or I don't know. Maybe there's something that has to be finessed. I think that could go up somehow to a court decision. We get a Queen of Pentacles and a plan for a goal financially. They might have to go around some different ways to get the funding. I think they could do something to it, but maybe not completely. And that's what I feel most comfortable with saying for now. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be working on this and trying to find means around it or different offers regarding how it's done or what, concerning it. I don't think it's completely figured out yet, but I think he could. I think he could make some changes there, unfortunately. I think it's possible. Maybe not everything he said, but it still looks to me like I don't like his fingers in those pies. So I think we need to keep a very close watch because I do think he will cut something from it. Maybe not all of it, but he's going to want to. And I think it might receive a lot of backlash. Okay. Hi. Can I find out what Aunt Franny is trying to tell me? All right, let's try the new deck. Your guides. And let me get a tissue again because for some reason the nose wants to run. Oh, this is definitely in there. Okay. Co-create a life you love with the universe by your side. And this is by Sonia Chiquette. Okay. That's cute too. I always like that when they put in little artwork inside the box. All right. Okay. These feel like they're, let's see how flexible they are. Oops. No, not that flexible. Okay, I'm not going to break my fingers doing that. I'll just shuffle them side to side. Okay, let's see. What is the message Aunt Franny is trying to send you? Aunt Franny, hello. What is your message to Dorian? Aunt Franny, what is your message to Dorian? What is Aunt Franny's message to Dorian? And then I think we have two more questions, and that will be Zara and Kendra. And that'll be it. And that puts us right about our typical time of about 1 hour and 41 minutes right now. We're doing pretty good. Okay. Franny, what are you trying to say, honey? Use these cards and me to get your message across. Help me to get it across for Dorian. I scalded my tongue on my coffee earlier. I hate that. All right. We're getting nature, spirits, limitation. Beautiful deck. Goes with my background of that orangey, pinky, gold sunset. Limitation, nature, spirits. Okay, and she's giving you rescue, runner guides. Here we have a guide that is watching over, keeping an eye on. So she's definitely watching over you from the other dimension. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see what else. And I'll get the pamphlet real quick and see what this all comes out to be. And we get freedom, a bird coming out from the cage. There we go. Being released. Release. Now we had limitation as our first card. So we're definitely getting a message about being released from limitations and being guided, whether you know it or not. You're asleep, but they're still connecting with you, see? That's interesting. Oh, I like this deck. And here's your last card, opposition nature spirits. So maybe there's some obstacles in release to a greater freedom with you from limitations. And maybe you just need to realize that some limitations don't apply to you anymore. Maybe you're past that, or you're moving into a new energy. And it's challenging, though, with the opposition. With the nature spirits, both the limitation with nature spirits and opposition are with nature spirits in this deck. It looks like they've kind of broken it down into different little things. You've got runner guides and nature spirits. So let's just take a look at limitation, which is 44. Try and do it quickly. Okay. It's about humility and availability. Seek guidance from those who have gone before you. Okay, the road you are navigating has been traveled by others who know the way much better than you. So ask for advice. Okay. They can show you how to proceed because they are familiar with your challenges and can share their wisdom. Ask for direction rather than fumbling in the dark, trying to figure things out and losing your way. The loving nature spirits remind you that we have all been beginners at one point, and it's essential to learn from those who know more than we do. I guess it's your Aunt Franny. And there is no shame in not knowing what to do or how to do something or whatever when you find yourself in a brand new situation. Now, the problem comes when we refuse to learn with the years of experience due to stubbornness or pride, sometimes arrogance too. And so it's here to help you take in new information. You're being asked to do something you don't know how to do, um, or something utterly different from what you usually do. And ask nature spirits to help you be more flexible and receptive so that you can download more quickly, absorb the information, and apply it to relieve problems. So listen and learn from others. They make it easier for you. She's trying to tell you how to guide you in removing limitations that you don't need to get through something that's blocking your path. And she's showing and reminding you that she's there to help, guide. And let's look at that 53. I'll clear my throat. Okay. Rescue. There's rescue again. Okay, so it's about epiphany and being quiet and receiving insight through being quiet. So stop and listen. Guidance will come when the inner noise quiets down. You will not miss your opportunities that way. All will be well. It's like a need to quiet your mind. A need to quiet your mind that she can help you do that. Do not blindly push forward or try to figure out all the answers right now. Also, stop trying to get ahead. Let go of your fear of being left behind. Excuse me. So let go of your fear of being left behind and take heart. Your guides are here to help you out of this sand trap. Empty your mind of all strategies and convictions on how to move ahead and admit you don't know. And just be open and ask for their assistance. And soon you will remember who you are and find your way back to your flow in life. So again, stop and listen, stop and be still, right? And you will not miss your opportunity. You'll come away with greater understanding. But there's a real need to quiet the mind, and we're getting freedom. And I'll go to that with 54. That's the next one. And this is about escape, expansion, liberation, flight. And you are not trapped. A more fulfilling life awaits you when you let go of limiting dependencies and trust spirit and not your fears. A lot about letting go of fears, Dorian, and emptying your mind of limitations. So, and trusting in spirit to guide you. A more fulfilling life awaits you when you let go of limiting dependencies and trust spirit, not your fears to lead. Find your courage, pay attention to your guides, your Aunt Franny, as they point the way. Then fly. And it's just like, again, you know how, like with the, well, like with the fool, take a leap of faith, because they have your back. And you have opposition here with nature spirits. To me, that's what you have to release. But let's just look at that, 49. Oop. Yeah, so that is to accept your interests are no more, no less important than those of others around you. So the only way to achieve resolution is through understanding and compromise and in fairness. And being fair, concession, democracy, being neutral as well. Your nature spirits in this card of opposition are here to remind you that no one is entirely good or bad. Oh, I don't know. Just kidding. Every person has their own version of reality, and which may not necessarily agree with yours. Okay, yeah, we understand that. Instead of arguing or feeling wronged by someone who refuses to see your point of view, open your mind and consider theirs. Balance. See the balance of light and shadow, like how Trump is the contrast and like Jimmy Carter's the light, you know? Um, between rigidity and flexibility, receptivity and hostility, um, in all people, including yourself. And although it's easy to feel indignant and defensive toward those who oppose you, the truth is that no one is trying to harm you. Instead, your detractor simply supports their own interests and priorities, which are different from yours. Rather than reacting emotionally to others with an argument or an attack or an invalidation, be mindful not to be overly self centered or self protective. Be fair minded and just relax your stance. Recognize their humanity and not just the part that opposes you. For example, what are your opponent's priorities? What are their needs? What might they fear in you? This standoff between you can be softened if you consider others' motives as well as your own, gain insight into the common ground that you might have, and then you can move ahead. So, compromise is important, and let your higher self communicate once again with your guides, and rather than antagonize with the ego and being combative. Allow your nature spirits to ease tension between you and others. They will cool the hostile air and calm the ground under your feet so that you can feel more stable and secure. You just need to place your trust. So it's that there is an acceptable solution to problems. If you reach an impasse, your position is to be lightened and to take ease. So to accept that your interests are no more or less important than anyone else's, and that the only way through resolution is compromise, being able to compromise, and that you don't have to deny yourself either, right? Freedom, that you're more free than maybe you realize. I hope that that is helpful, because to me, she's saying there is the need to release limitation, be trusting, and take a chance. All right. I hope that's helpful, Dorian. And now we have Zara, and then we'll have Kendra. Can you ask if Trump will be ousted in the next few months? Sure. Okay, let me just put this deck back. There we go. That's a neat deck. That was fun to use that. Okay. I wonder if I should try using the investigative deck. We'll try it. Yeah. Okay, so will Trump in the next few months ahead, is he going to be ousted in the coming months ahead? In the coming months ahead, will Donald Trump be ousted from power? In the coming months ahead, February, March, will Donald Trump be ousted from power? I want to really give this a good shuffle. So in the coming months, will Donald Trump be ousted from power? Let's see what we get. Because I have always gotten cards that spring and summer this year are going to be really significant with him and with Harris. So let's just put that in our mental shelf and watch and see what happens. But this is what we get. The lovers. Okay, a relationship is highlighted. Maybe that's him and Elon. Aggressive attack. Some kind of an aggressive attack. Okay. Maybe they're going to do an aggressive attack. You know, they're being pretty aggressive with America. That could be, or somebody could do that to them. And we do get risk taking with the Fool here. That doesn't, you know, that kind of looks like there's an opening that something could go down with what we're getting. Not involved or unaware, not expecting is what I get. This might be somebody that slips or something that's protective that slips through the cracks, and there's some kind of an attack that's really aggressive. And it might be, there might be more than one person involved, or there might be a part of a partnership connected to it. Some kind of an attack. Home, search, or house. Maybe somebody that might threaten could have their place searched. Or maybe Trump could have his place searched again. I don't know. Dark web or recorded. But maybe it's going to end up being recorded. And maybe they're saying that the raid on this person's home would be recorded, or those that are involved in some kind of an attack. Not involved or unaware. And big risk taking. And I think that that risk gets recorded. You know, it's not hidden, not completely. We get death and we get an ending. So some kind of end could come, some kind of transformation. And the devil, narcissism, torture, you know, oppression. Maybe somebody's going to find him too oppressive and go for him. I think it could happen. That's my answer, is I think it could happen with these cards, because this looks like somebody's not having it. And there's taking too big of risks. And I think there's something that's kind of left with the guard down. And there's an end, and they're trying to end a devil, and someone's really upset, rage. We get the Empress, figure of empathy, feminine energy, who is a ringmaster. Maybe it's going to be a woman that goes for him. I keep getting that. I got that the other night off camera, and I thought, I've got to add that in. Make sure I let you guys know. And here it's coming up again, a female as a possibility. That's connected to maybe boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife team. I don't know. But it looks like a woman might lead this end, or something. Or she's organized it. Control, you know, calling the shots. Oh. Repeat offender. Somebody that's probably been to prison before. And a high priestess. There's hidden or secret knowledge here. So there's some things that we can't know about yet, about this person. We don't know who they are yet. They have not come forward yet. So I think, yeah, jealousy or cheating, domestic violence, abuse. This is a violent energy. There's somebody that's being underhanded, and maybe they don't like his underhandedness. Maybe they're going to feel like he's cheated them out and they're angry. He's going to need to be careful in the next few months because the answer is yeah. To me, that looks like somebody could successfully do something that brings an ending. All right, now I'm going to do the last question. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you have. I hope you like my sunflower. This is made by a Ukrainian artist, supporting the Ukraine every way I can. My ancestors, as well as my Latvian ancestors. All right. Did I put this in the wrong box? Maya, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, okay. I see what I did. I set that one aside. All right. And here we go with the last question, and I'll just use the regular tarot for that. I think I'm going to try this one, though. It's got so much green on it, it's probably just going to be eaten up by my green screen. But we'll try it. We'll try it. I want to. It's so pretty. Little booklet that comes with it. It's in black and white. And the Cosma Visions Oracle. Oh, I guess that's what this is. All right. But it's done in the style of the tarot. Okay. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to use the guides message cards. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. What am I thinking? Did I put that in the wrong way? I did. Because that one is for guides. Let's just try it this time. All right. Back to that one. Okay. Sure, got it. All right. Kendra Lesher. I hope I'm saying your name right. And you're wanting a message from your guides, a general message. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Helps my algorithm. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this Sunday. And I'll be here next Sunday, same time, same place. If you didn't get your question read, just come back and put it in the chat log. Okay. So Kendra, message for Kendra from her guides, please. Asking my spirit guides and Kendra's to connect and work with me with the cards to give her a message that she is in need of, whether she knows it or not. Kendra. Message for Kendra. A message for Kendra. What we got? All right. Goals. Teacher guides. So you got teacher guides coming in. Look at this. Look at that kick. That's really impressive. So we're looking at goals for you. All right. And it's paired with opposition, things that get in the way. Okay. And self-love. Need for self-love. That might be part of what's getting in the way. Maybe not enough self-love where goals are concerned. And we have leadership, higher self. You need to connect with your higher self. All right. Or there's an accent on that. And they want you to connect more with your higher self and show yourself more love, self-love. But let's go to the first one with goal and opposition. That's 25 and 49. And they did really organize this book so you can find the correspondence write up quickly. 25, here we go. That was 26. Oh, it's on the other side, 25 goals. Okay, so it's about dedication, training, work, skills. And you can create truly whatever you desire, but only if you're willing to do the necessary work to accomplish it. Okay? That means no shortcuts. That means no bypasses and no free lunches. The only path to success is discipline and consistency. Fortunately, your teacher guides are present, helping you develop the dedication and mature work ethic to achieve such success. You are advised to get organized, okay, and be practical, and then approach your goals one small step at a time, okay? And show up every day to the work you desire, and it will come to pass. Show up every day to work you desire, and it will come to pass. Be willing to do whatever it takes to reach your aims. If you aren't clear about what to do, seek out the help of mentors and guides who specialize in your fields of interest. Study and learn with dedication and commitment, and set your standards really high. Okay, so your guide's message to you is mastery comes through demanding nothing less than the best from yourself. And opposition, the 49 card. We just read that one, is accept that your interests are no more or less important than others around you. And the only way to achieve resolution is through understanding and compromise. And you get that from doing the work. So it's all about applying yourself. And I believe here too that seeing the balance between light and dark, and not taking it personally when people oppose you or have a different perspective, and just focus on a more relaxed stance, not taking it as personally, and being willing to compromise. It doesn't have to be all one way or another way. So being a bit flexible there. Okay. Now with self-love and leadership of the higher self, you need to let that lead you. Self-love, 47 and 14. So, self-love, the message is to know thyself and support your true nature with loving conditions and reject anything that doesn't. And you are being called to align to your true nature, you know, who you were before you came into this life. That energy, that's your true nature. And consciously create a life that reflects and soothes and supports your unique soul. This is the foundation of self-love. Do not settle into a rut or routine that numbs your soul. To love yourself is to choose what brings you joy, stimulates your creativity, and stretches your imagination. Reflect on what makes you feel body, soul, and more at ease, alive and nourished, present and relaxed. And build a life on these conditions. Do not feel guilty or allow anyone to talk you out of doing what you need to do to care for yourself. Recognize what creates stress and anxiety and what decreases your ability to feel good in life, and avoid these conditions as much as possible. Are you gentle, introverted, for example, who thrives in peace and tranquility? If so, choose to spend more quiet time alone to rest, rejuvenate, and tap into your creative flow. Avoid noisy places and people that show little sensitivity or overstimulate you or rob you of your peace. If you are an energetic introverted type that comes alive with excitement and adventure, then break free from the monotony of routine that comes with a predictable job. Enroll in a tango class. Take a trapeze course, or join an improv group. That would be kind of fun on the weekends. Let your fiery nature breathe and exercise its love of expression, creatively especially? Are you an intellectually curious soul who loves to dive deep into conversation, philosophy, and learning? Then go back to school or join a book club or to explore subjects and works that interest you alongside kindred spirits. And avoid people and conditions that lull you into boredom. Are you an earthy soul that loves to garden, work with the hands, build, design, cook, create, go outdoors, explore markets, visit garden or garden design centers, or better yet, create your own workshop or studio space that allows you to make things that you love? Your loving nature and your guides encourage you to build your life around your true love, your true nature and your foundation of self love. Okay. That's really powerful because it connects you then with your higher self. And let's take a look at that card, 14. And this will be the higher self's message is lead with a cool, calm, steady confidence. Your higher self encourages you to consciously recognize and embrace your leadership role and uh, carving out that kind of a role for yourself um, through focus, dedication, consistency, just like it was saying before about hard work and dedication and consistency. You're going to, and the discipline, you're going to be emerging from the background and becoming more recognized by others for both your competence and wisdom. Others would be naturally drawn to an empowered vibration of this confidence and follow your lead as they accurately sense that you can be trusted. Your higher self is cheering you forward to step into the lead now. Do not follow others. You will not be happy. You have outgrown other people's control, and you can trust now in your own uh, self and to successfully lead your own life. Shine your light, okay, to the world. Don't make apologies for it. Be enthusiastic and confident as you forge ahead on your path. So it's really about going your own path and loving yourself and believing in yourself. And you're going to become brighter and lighter if you do that. Others watching um, will be mindful, however, not to overdo or risk becoming disconnected from your source or getting burned out. Balance is key. So, your natural enthusiasm is like fire. It is warm and appealing, but must be contained or it can consume you. Know your limitations, but don't suffocate your flame of inspiration either by thinking too little of yourself. All right? It sounds like you have creative things, Kendra, that would be really good for you. And, often we don't think that we're a leader, but sometimes we're really good at something and then we don't realize it until we're there doing it. And we see that we're being able to share with others to understand how to do something. That's leading. That's helping. So, you know, I think there's so much positive right there. And it's just about following your little niche, knowing what turns you on, what it's like, oh, I love that. I love doing those little details or whatever. And I'm, allowing yourself to move forward in that and trying some different things. But especially getting out of the way of any kind of either one extreme or another. You know, that's not helpful. But moving forward with balance and trusting in your higher self. Okay? Because they are there and it's really beautiful. I'm feeling like lots of color and just it's really energetic colors. This is the only color that was kind of heavier was the blues in here. But this is the opposition. But it's saying keep connected to spirit. And I think that's going to lighten you up and help you feel more confident. And if you need more quiet in order to make that connection, go into the quiet. If you need more people around you, like an extrovert does, do it that way, you know? All right. So I thank you so much for being with me today. And I will see you in the next video and in the next live, and that will be next Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Mwah. Take care of yourselves and remember to disconnect from all this craziness and focus on what, the sun rises every day, that the world is still beautiful, even though it's in a dark moment. We'll get through this. We will. Okay? Keep the faith and keep hopeful. All right. Bye.